Hey, Steve and Alex, welcome back to the November 14th edition of NaYouTVidMo, the 30-day challenge to record and publish one video every day for the month of November. I am here at the collection area for the adult villagers, and I wanted to look at getting a trading center together. I've been playing around in a creative world for a while, trying to find something that I think will actually work, and I have some vague idea of something. It kind of works. It's a really low-tech solution, so just be aware of that. I'm not doing any rocket science here, but this is an idea that I think might get us at least started on a trading area. So I'm going to rip some of this out. This will be mostly underground. The part where you actually do the trading will be all underground. These are kind of indications of where stalls are going to be. However, those will be in other areas, but that's kind of the idea, that they're there to represent, and we're probably going to wind up using boats like we did before to get individuals out of there. And let me just let me go sleep the night away, and then I'll get some more dug out. I need to dig down quite a ways in order to get done everything that I need to do. So let me get started on that as soon as I make sure it's daylight here. All right. So the idea here is pretty simple. I'm going to bring villagers out one at a time in a boat, and I'm going to bring them through here and get them to stand on a trap door, and then I'll drop them down into an area with a little bit of a water channel, not a lot, but a little bit, that's going to push them forward into a trading stall. Now the purpose of that is just to let me be able to make a decision as to whether this is somebody I want to continue to trade with. I might need to do some initial trades to figure out whether their trades are worth keeping them around or not, and then I will go from there. So let me do some digging here, and I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, I'm bringing you back. I've done a bunch. Well, actually, let me show you what I've done. It's gone through a couple of iterations here. And I honestly don't know whether this is really worth doing or not, but it's the way I've got it so far. So I've got this path coming out from the collection area that is at boat height, similar to what I did to bring the villagers out the other day to take them down there, but coming out this way. And this path goes along this way. I have half slabs, bottom half slabs, above that with these little channels every so often. The idea behind this is that I can get in a boat and run under the half slabs into these areas, and then pop out of the boat and drop a villager off. So let me give it a try. I do have a couple villagers in here that I have collected up to this point, but again, I don't know that this is really worthwhile at this point, just because trying to get the villager to go where I want him to is not as easy as it sounds. Alright, so I get a villager in the boat. We come down here. Now I should be able to look down here and see there's no villager in there. There's a villager in there, so I don't want to put him there. This one's empty, so I'm going to try and put him here. I believe the best way to do this is to get him lined up so that he's in the open space and I am barely into the block. And then I think this is what I've been doing, is just shifting out of here. Now he's in there, but I don't, when I pop this open, sometimes he doesn't go where I expect him to be. So actually I may need to get a different angle at this. There, yep, see, he popped up top, and I haven't figured out how to avoid that happening. I think if I can get him off of the edge of that block, he should drop in. There we go. Now he's in the area, which is fine. He will wander around there a little bit, and eventually he'll wander off the edge, and I'll show you what these things look like. Let me find one that's empty here. He'll wander off the edge and come down into this area. Now the water pushes him all the way. This allows him to drop down. It's actually not necessary. Oh, yeah, well, I don't know. No, it is necessary. The reason it's necessary is because it actually wouldn't be necessary at this point. I could just put a full block there. It would work just as well. He's standing on this fence gate, which keeps him up a half a slab. Oops. That's... Let me see if I can show you this. So he's standing on the fence gate. It keeps him pushed up a little bit, so he can't come out this way, and the water keeps him pushed forward. So that keeps him in place. Meanwhile, I can come down into the trading hall and see all of my villagers that I have here. I can trade with them, see if they've got anything worthwhile. Curse of Binding, probably not something I'm going to want. At that point, I can trigger this fence gate, and he will drop down below, and I'll get rid of him. Right now, there's just a block below it, but eventually I'll put some sort of drop to channel him somewhere else. So that's the idea at this point. It works okay. It does not work spectacularly, but it's something. So we've got thorns there. I think I've traded with this guy a time or two. Yeah, so I've opened up a few other things. So yeah, so what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and get this thing filled up. And the full blocks here were to try and keep them from popping out on this edge. I need to get a few more in here. And I actually didn't need it on that side, but this side is here more both for aesthetics and also to keep mobs from coming up here. If I have it lit up well enough, they won't spawn up here, and that's too high for them to teleport, and that's only really a problem because they would otherwise have the ability to get in here. So let me see what I can do here. Now, see, I got two in there now, so I'm going to have to pop them back out of there, separate them out a little bit. That is one of the problems with this approach, is that I could wind up getting too many villagers in the boat. into the first space guy. He looks like he's okay. Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with this guy too, aren't I? Yep. There we go. Yeah. So that's the problem with trying to put them into the first spaces, is because then they will be in the way of future attempts. So get in the boat. Let me in the boat. Now we should be able to just move through here. Okay. I'm going to take this guy down. Oh. Take this guy down as far as I can. I think, if I remember right, I have somebody on the very end. Yeah, but not this one. Oh. What happened here? Sleepy time. Must have broken that one out for some reason. Let me see if I can just wrangle him in there. See, that would be the other approach to take, is just drop him in an area and then push him into a slot. And that actually may be a little bit easier to... Yep, you know what? That's absolutely going to be an easier approach to take. Same general idea, slight modifications. So we're going to go here. Now, the problem is that I don't want them wandering into the wrong place. So to avoid that, I think what I'll do is... where'd my slabs go? There they are. To avoid getting them to wander into the wrong place, let's oops. Let's make some trap doors. This is not going to be many, but it's enough to test the concept anyway. Let's see. Somebody in there, somebody in there, somebody in there. Nobody in here. So we'll open it. Nobody in here. Nobody in here. Somebody in there. There's somebody in there, and there is somebody in here. Don't have enough trapdoors, so we'll just put that one there. Alright, let's give this another try. These guys seem pretty anxious to go on boat rides most of the time. Let's see. Who wants to go in the boat? No? No? You do? Okay. Go for a ride. Okay, just bring him down here to the general area. Pop out of the boat, which is... Oh. Okay, so that'll be a problem. I have to do something a little different with this. Actually, maybe that's the solution to the other problem. Let's go ahead and take that out and maybe move it up a level. Maybe that would solve that problem. Okay. This guy is frustrating me. Yeah. See, that is a possibility too, because the boats would go right over top of these one high gaps. Guess I could do that. I don't know. Alright, now I've got somebody in there, so we'll close that. And honestly, I don't really want the gap in the floor here. So I'm going to fill that back in. And let's go get it. I've got, what, two more? Two more. Okay, dude, why don't you go get in the boat. Let's go for a ride. Honestly, I don't think I want a butcher, but again, just kind of filling this up for proof of concept more than anything at the moment. Let's try moving this guy over as close as I can to this side so that maybe when I pop him out of the boat, he won't go up against the wall. And I'll be able to nudge him in. Yeah, the nudging method is definitely far easier than the other one, so that's what we're going to do for now. Again, none of this is a perfect system because it just isn't. It's at best a hack, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's definitely not an automated system. Then again, I never claimed that it would be. I just wanted to be able to get these guys in here until really, because I don't think I'm going to be changing out my villagers very often. So this is just kind of a way for me to sort through them, find the ones I want to keep, and get rid of the ones I don't. And after I get the thing filled up, I'm probably not going to be changing villagers much, if at all. So a manual system is okay with me. And so that is what we're going to do. I mean, obviously I've got them all filled up now. Let's run around and go down and take a look at them and see if there's any worth keeping. I would like to get, I need to get some lids on this. Oh, yeah, that's right. I actually just need to put a... That is just part of my original construction. I do need to get some way to prevent particularly zombies from coming down here, but we got a librarian with lure 3, which isn't horrible, but it's not great. We got a librarian with curse of binding. Honestly, you're probably going in the garbage unless your other trades turn out to be much better than that. Sharpness 3 is not bad. Sweeping edge 3. That's a lot of emeralds, but that's an enchantment that I definitely want to get a hold of. So I was going to say this I will never do, but being in the mesa like this, I get a lot of gold and I don't really need a lot of gold, and maybe that would be a worthwhile trade. Zombie flesh is obviously something we can trade. We can do a butcher's trade. I could do the chickens. See if we can get something. This is the one with thorns. Actually, I don't mind thorns enchantment. This guy is a weaponsmith, so we could potentially get something decent there. And this guy's a toolsmith. I will open this guy up and see if he's got anything good as well. So I can expand this thing down this way if I want to. I might open this up just so it's not all closed in like this. And this I actually don't need anymore. So we're going to close that in. And I'm not crazy about the way this is set up right now, but it's, you know, nothing but a thing. Now, the next step is we're going to extend this across over to here so that I can start building an iron golem farm. And we will take all of those green coats over here to start working in that. So I think that is probably all I'm going to do with this thing for today. I'm honestly, on camera anyway. I may, do some more, but I'll show you that after it's done, and probably play with some trades also. Let me see. I do want to mark this so that I know for sure. We currently have 4 villagers in here. 2 green coats and a gray and a black. So for right now, I'm going to block this in. We'll do it this way. That way we don't get any surprises in there, ruining our fun. These guys are still secured. Yeah, okay. So that's going to do it for today. Next time, the plan will be to start working on an iron golem farm. I'm not going to guarantee that 100%, but at this point, that's what the plan will be. So I will say goodbye for now, and we'll see you all next time on NaYouTVidMo. Have a great day, guys.